Good morning. Today is April 10th, 2025. I'm done trading for today. It is Thursday and it was CPI day. And I know I told you guys that I wasn't, I might not be trading depending what I see. But I saw this trade and I took it. And y'all, this trade it was a lot, but also I handle it very, very well. So I'm going to try to go over everything that I thought during the process and just what I did the best I can, because I didn't, of course, record this live. And this would be a good trade to record live because I had to really think about what I wanted to do at the moment. So yeah, but I'll try to go over everything. So as you guys can see, there is this 5-minute demand. So I always trade the 5-minute. I have traded the 1 minute, but I'm usually always going to be on the 5-minute chart. So there's this little 5-minute demand. It looks very nice. We have a break of structure right here. We are going with the trend. You know, we're not counter trending. What I liked about this trade was that the break of candle, which was around here, was also a 13 EMA breakout, which is like double the confluence. But the thing with this trade was, before I got in, when this candle was forming, I felt like gold was going to drop just because we had this liquidity grab right here that happened at 8:30, which was the CPI news. So I was iffy on taking this trade. But when I saw that this green candle was closing above the 13 EMA, sorry, the 13 EMA and the break of candle, I was like, okay, I'm going to take my chance on this. So I was going to I added 2 contracts on this trade. So my risk, I remember, was 175. So like close to 200. You know, if I lost, it would have been like a 180, 190 hit for sure. But we're just going to round it up to 200 because that's what my mind does. I like to round things up. So $200 risk. And then I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to risk it. And the one thing that I was iffy about too was that we were in the 15-minute, we had a double top. And usually that's like a reverse pattern. Like if you know and you study the charts, you do tend to see that double tops and double bottoms are reverse patterns. Like they always tend to always hold. On the 1 hour, we also had we were on the 1 hour, we looked good. Like we were pretty bullish. I mean, we are bullish, you know, we're going with the trend. We are above EMAs. Like I did like the 1 hour. It was just mostly the 15-minute that made me feel iffy. And on the 4 hour, I did like the 4 hour because we have a double bottom on the 4 hour right here. So I was like, okay, this can go both ways. Like this is like a 50-50 chance, of course. And on the daily, we were bullish. So overall, I was iffy on sells and I was iffy on buys. Like it was mostly just like, this was like a good B- setup for me. I feel like this was overall a good setup, but it was just from the 15-minute and the liquidity grab that we did for in CPI, knowing that it's CPI news too, that made me feel iffy. And it's already going down, so this could be the time it just becomes a downtrend. But okay, so like I was saying, I entered right here. It got me in a little bit late, which is okay. I don't really mind. And I had my stop loss right here. This was a pretty big stop loss. So I was also kind of like, because it's gold. But then we are looking good. I'm in the trade. We're looking good. I was like, okay, I'm up. I look, you know, it's good. But then these candles start to print right here. And this candle is my drawdown candle. So right here, this is where I had to think about, what am I going to do? Do I cut my loss early, which was going to only be like almost $100 loss right here if I cut it early, or do I hold? So I decided to hold. I was like, I'm going to hold. I'm just going to let it either take my stop loss or touch my stop loss or my or my take profit, and then call it a day. Like that's my rules usually. But then this little demand right here was setting up on the 1 minute when we were in drawdown. So where I told you guys right here, we were in drawdown, that's when the 1 minute demand tapped. So I was like, okay, my only my only chance of, I feel like this could be like this will hold and win is if this 1 minute holds. So what I was thinking was, if this 1 minute demand just drops down, I'm going to probably just end up cutting my loss early if it ends up being around here. But that didn't happen, so that wasn't in my, like, that didn't happen, so it wasn't there to do that. I wasn't, you know what I mean. And then okay, so then we go up and from the demand, and I'm like, okay, we look good, but the rejections were not looking the best. Like right here, the rejections were not looking the best. But then I was like, I'm still gonna hold. I'm gonna just see what happens. So then the next candle prints, and I'm like, okay, this is a good candle. So this was a candle where I was like, either I get out at break even or I cut I put in 2 contracts. So I ended up cutting 1 contract and just keeping 1 in. So I cut 1 contract once we were in profit right here. And I was like, I'm not about to play with it. So I'm in 1 contract. And then after that, I moved my stop loss to break even. Once this candle printed, I was like, okay, I'm moving my stop loss to break even, profit, and then letting it run. If it touches my stop loss, I'm okay with that, because I was already in this trade for like 30 minutes at this point. So it just was a really long trade for me. And also it just kept moving up and down a bit right here for a while. So I was okay if I was only going to make like $5. Like I was like, whatever. So then this candle prints and it's looking good. It closes like this. Perfect. We love a bullish candle close. And then the next candle hits TP right here. And I had my stop loss. I got out around here. Yeah, I did get out around here. I was aiming this high right here, but it spiked up so fast that I was like, okay, I'm out right here. And then I wasn't holding anything, of course. And then that was it. That was what happened. And I made $80 and let's see. I made $80.36 on this trade, which is not bad. You know, like I said, this was if this trade just went up the way it wanted to, I would have made a little bit more, but I'm not going to think about it like that. I'm going to think about what I actually did and what happened. And I'm very proud of myself for doing what I did in this trade. It's crazy. Like, it's so crazy because my young Heidi, when I was, demo trading, I remember when I was just demo trading, I would never have like thought like this. I would have been like, I don't know what I would have thought. I feel like, I don't know, because I would have either got out or stayed in and been emotional and just been like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know. But this is just like, shows how much I really just been studying and been trusting myself with doing what I just did today. I know I didn't record this, of course, but I know what I did. Also, my sister was here. She was trading with me as well, but she only had 1 contract in, and she made like $78 around there. So I'm very proud of her too. That girl she just copies my trades at this point. Like she knows what's happening, but she doesn't trade by herself. Like she will never trade by herself. I won't say never, but she doesn't trade by herself, and she just takes every trade I take. If I take a loss, she takes a loss with me. If I take a win, she takes a win with me. So it's pretty funny that she just takes everything that I take and also does everything that I do. So I don't know. It's funny to me. But I am done for today. I'm not going to trade anymore, of course. 1 and done. That's always really how it is. Usually the most I will trade is 2, and that's it. But yeah, I am up for the week so far. I am up $59.22, which is beautiful. And tomorrow is the last day of the week to trade on Friday. Wait, yeah. I was going to say it's NFP, but no, that was last week. Tomorrow, so, I want to try to end the week profitable. But the overall goal for me is to end the month profitable. So I'm not trying to, I don't want to think too much in the future either, because anything could really happen. So yeah, that is it for today. I hope you guys had a good trading day. And if not, that's okay, because it's going to happen. Like, we're going to lose money in this game. But the important thing is to just make more than what we lose. But yeah, I'm done for today. That is my sign to take Milo out. And yeah, have a good day, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.